welcome back to my channel. Today I am going to do yet another Empties video. Okay, I said the last Empties video that I was not going to wait until this bag got full again. But here's the deal. I feel like I use products up frequently, at least the ones that I'm like die hard about. I mean, a lot of the products in my Empties videos are repeats, which I know can get kind of boring, but if you're new to my channel and you haven't watched any, I just want y'all to know for real what I'm going through. But because I go through them so much, I feel like if I didn't wait until this got full, I'd be putting out an Empties video like every other week, and really no one wants to see that. So it is almost full. It's not quite as full as last time, but I did have a few people ask if I like would stop and kind of talk about the products a little bit more. So if I feel like it's something I feel really strongly about, either one way or the other, like good or bad, I'll definitely talk more about it. And as always, if you ever have questions about a product, feel free to put it down in the comment section and I will for sure respond to you. I just don't want to I feel like I make a lot of long videos and I don't want to make an extra long video. So I'm just going to, as I always do, pull out in random order. There's really no rhyme or reason to much of what I do on this channel, so we're just going to start pulling out. Okay, so I have 4 makeup remover wipes, and they won't come as any kind of surprise. I've talked about these before, how they're my favorite. They're the Walmart brand, which is Equate Beauty, and they're compared to the Pond's original Fresh Wet. Walmart is just not, okay, it's not as convenient for me to get to because it's 2 miles down the road for me, where Kroger is a mile down the road. And I know that sounds absolutely obnoxiously lazy, and it's not, I promise. I mean, we're all busy, and a mile can make a difference in a day. So I also have these that I do get at Kroger, and they're okay. They're not as good, but they're the best alternative that I found at Kroger for the price, because I am not paying $5. They charge like $5.50 at Kroger for a pack of those Neutrogena wipes. No, sorry. I use these way too often on myself and my kit. But these are the Kroger brand compared to the Neutrogena makeup removing. So obviously I go through these quickly. I only use them on me to clean up under my eyes after I've done my eye makeup. I'm not a big fan of using them to actually wash my face, but I put makeup on every day, so I use at least one a day. So I'm going to try my best to do like all the skincare together and all the hair care, but this bag is so deep that, you know, y'all forgive me if I kind of mix it up a little bit. So the first thing for skincare related are the Shiseido cotton pads. Again, I go through these. I don't buy any other cotton pads. I use them on my clients and myself. They are the softest cotton pad I've found. Nothing compares. I'm trying to get out the things that like I know you've seen before. The Sephora waterproof eye makeup remover and the Elta MD UV physical broad spectrum SPF 41. And this is a medical grade sunscreen that claims to keep the SPF all throughout the day. Because, you know, if you look at like even a Neutrogena or Coppertone or anything like that, it always says reapply after 2 hours because the SPF wears off. This claims that it's not going to wear off throughout the day. It does in the directions say to reapply every 2 hours, but that's if you're getting wet, like if you're swimming. So I just feel confident using this under my makeup every day because I feel like it actually is keeping a higher amount of SPF and sun protection throughout the entire day. And then this is technically not empty, but it goes along the same lines. I talked about this before, I had to take the product out and put it in another spray bottle, but this is the Supergoop Defense Refresh Setting Mist with Rosemary, and it's broad spectrum sunscreen SPF 50. So even though I'm confident in the sunscreen in the Elta MD, I always like to refresh throughout the day. I mean, if I'm going outside, I'm anal about sunscreen. And so if I'm going to go outside and I know it's been a few hours since I put on my original sunscreen, I will spray with this. The reason this is empty is because the bottle on this is defective. And I'm not the only one who thinks that, so just beware and know that you'll probably have to like de-bottle it and put it in one of the $1 bottles. Works great that way. Okay, this is the Bioderma Sensible H2O Makeup Remover Water. I liked this fine. In fact, I really like the size of this bottle. However, I cannot figure out how to get the stinking top off because I really want to refill it with my Garnier, which I think works. I mean, it may not be the same ingredients, but I haven't compared them, but it works the same way. I mean, it works perfectly fine. It's a lot cheaper. But I would love to be able to get this top off and put it in there, but I can't figure it out. Okay, this is the Mayku or Maycoop raw sauce, and it's the Acer Maple Water 100%, and it's an essence, and essences are big in Korean skincare, and since Korean skincare is becoming big in the US, we're seeing a lot of essences. This one, the whole point of an essence is to put on after you tone your face, and it's supposed to help all the serums and moisturizers perform better, sink down farther, like just overall be better, everything you put on after it. So this was okay. It was very moisturizing. I don't have extremely dry skin, so I didn't really need that. I don't think I'm going to repurchase it because I have started using another one that I like better, and I will get to that probably in a favorites video. But it was fine. And I think this size bottle lasted forever because you only need a few drops. And it lasted me probably like 4 months, and it's $14. So if you're looking to get into essences, skip the SK2 because it was not good in my opinion, and try that because it was decent. So this is the Luna, Sunday Riley Luna Sleeping Oil, Sleeping Night Oil, Retinol, and Blue Tansy. I have not been able to stop singing this thing's praises. This is the first duo that I got and I went through. So this lasted me pretty much through one half of the Good Genes, the one that comes with it in the Power Duo couple, and then through another full-size Good Genes. So this lasts way longer than the Good Genes, and it's amazing. I use it, okay, some people say they use the Good Genes in the morning and they use this at night, and that's fine. But I saw Sunday Riley on one of her Instagram posts, because I follow her, answer somebody's question in regards to this Power Couple Duo kit, saying that they're meant to be used together and that Luna goes first and then you follow with Good Genes, which doesn't make sense because most of the time you normally follow with an oil and that being like your last step. But I'm going to take the advice from the person who like created these products and do it like she said. So that's how I do it. I put the Luna oil on after I tone or after my treatment of the night, and then I put the Good Genes on. Then I follow with my hyaluronic acid. Then I follow with eye cream and moisturizer. So that's how I use the two products together. And since we're talking about that, I will show that I am also done with the full-size Good Genes. So I have gone on to my second half size that I bought in the Power Kit at the VIB sale. I use this 4 times a week, and I don't even use a full pump. It doesn't say on the bottle, but I think it says somewhere on the box to use 2 to 3 pumps, which is, in my opinion, absurd. You do not need that much. Not even a full pump covers my face and my neck. And it lasted me probably 4 months, 4 or 5 months, using it 4 times a week. So, but the way it works on my skin, I honestly, as long as I was able to, I would buy it every 2 months because it's just amazing. Sticking on serums, I'm done with the Origins 3-part Harmony, Brightening, and Oil-Infused Serum for Renewal, Repair, and Radiance. I feature this in my updated morning skincare routine, and I use this after my makeup removing water, and it was fine. I liked it. I felt like it made my face a little bit brighter, but I'm not going to repurchase it. I think there's it's not new, but it's newer to me, serum from SkinMedica that I think I'm going to try out as my morning serum, but this was fine. So if you like Origins as a brand, which I do, you might want to give that a try. This is a small serum that I got, I think in like a big grab bag from Space & K. And it's the By Terry Cellular Rose, holy cow, brightening serum. This is so tiny, and the thing I don't like about these tiny type serum skincare products is that you can't really tell whether or not it works. You're going to be able to tell like how it feels on your skin. You're going to be able to tell whether you react to it in a bad way, but you're really not going to be able to tell whether you react to it in a good way because it just takes longer to see if skincare is really doing anything for your skin than you're going to be able to get out of these little tiny samples. So I wanted to show you this because obviously from what I just said, I can't tell you whether it really worked on me, but I wanted to show you this because I want to tell you how I use them. We all, as beauty junkies, have a ton of these samples laying around, whether they're in the little tubes or whether they are in the little packets. I use this on my neck and my décolleté. So in the morning, the only thing I do to my neck and décolleté is kind of like rinse it off or any dirt that may have gotten on it overnight with the makeup water, removing water. And then I will just put sunscreen on it and I'll douse it. And I don't necessarily use the Elta MD. I have like a Nia 24, the sunscreen kits that come out in the summer that Sephora sells with the small miniature ones, I use those for like my neck and my décolleté. I buy that specifically for that. And so that's all I do in the morning. But at night, after I've cleansed and stuff, I always put a serum and then a cream or moisturizer, and that's what I use these samples for. So I will put whatever sample, I'll just pick it out of my bag. I have a huge bag of it on my vanity. I'll just pick it out. I'll put the serum on, and then I'll pick a moisturizer sample out, because for as many of the serum samples we have just as many, if not more, moisturizer samples, and I'll cover that. That way, I really don't react to products anyways, but if I'm going to react, I would rather react on my neck and décolleté than I do on my face. I'm not wasting the product, and I'm still treating my skin. So that's just a little like side note of what I do with these, and I highly recommend doing that with your samples. This is skincare / makeup, but I'm done with the Bobbi Brown. This is the Vitamin Enriched Face Base, and it is the little 100-point perk. And it looks tiny, and when I first got it, I'm like, I spent $100 on this? Because technically, I spent $100 on this. I was like, it's so tiny. And it is so tiny, but you need the smallest amount. This lasted me, I didn't use it every day, but it lasted me a good, 3 to 4 weeks. So that's impressive for a sample. I was happy with that, and I really do enjoy it. I always use another primer on top of it, but it's fabulous. I'm thinking about getting the really big one for my kit. The only thing I don't like about it is that it is in a jar, and it's just annoying to have to dig stuff out of the jar. I'm not big on the type to say it's just so unsanitary, because yes, it is unsanitary if you walk around putting your makeup on or your skincare on with nasty, dirty hands. I, for one, before I ever do my makeup or ever even wash my face, wash my hands thoroughly. So I don't feel bad putting my hand, a clean, freshly cleaned, washed hand that's only touched face wash and toner and something like that. It's a messy. It's just a pain. I much prefer like a squeeze tube, but it is a very thick cream, so that might be why. I don't know. All right. I finished another one of my Retin-A creams. This is the Refisa. It's 0.05, which I think is the only strength that they sell Refisa in. I get this at premierlook.com, which I've mentioned many a times. It's where I get most of my medical grade skincare. I get a lot of it in my esthetician's office too, but I love this. I've never tried another Retin-A, but I think if you have not tried Retin-A and you're kind of just like wanting to get your foot in the door and you're afraid about how your skin might react to it, this is, from what I've heard, one of the most emollient moisturizing Retin-A's, and it really helps from your skin reacting. So give that a try. I am done with yet another box of my Dennis Gross Alpha Beta Extra Strength Daily Peel. They have these for, I think they had some for like samples or point perks. I think they have them right now for 100 points. You get 3 of them, which is a steal. It's a steal because 5 of them cost $16. So you're getting a 100-point perk for, it's like $10 value. So if you haven't tried those, you might want to try that, the 100-point perk. Kind of all over the place. All right, this is the Sephora mask. I was reading the wrong side. I was like, why don't they put this stuff in English? Okay, the Sephora Mud Mask, purifying and mattifying. I don't need a mattifying mask. I don't have oily skin, but I do like charcoal type mud masks like this. As you can see, it is not empty. That is because these masks dry up super fast, and I went to use it 2 nights ago, I think, and I couldn't even smooth it over my nose, because a lot of times I'll just use it on my nose because that's where I get sometimes like whiteheads. I don't really get blackheads, and I couldn't even smooth it over my nose. So I'm like, okay, well, rest in peace, mud mask. Can't use you anymore, but I did get a very good amount out of it, and it only cost $19. It is very comparable to Glam Glow. I've never bought Glam Glow because I refuse to spend $70 on a mask. But I have used plenty of samples, and this is very comparable to the one, I think it's in the white tube. So check that out. For $19, you can't beat it. Also, this is not skincare so much as it is body care, but I wanted to tell you, we all know, well, we don't all know, If you watch, I don't even know what, I think it was my yearly favorites, I broke down and told you, embarrassingly or not, that my favorite perfume of all time is Britney Spears' Fantasy. And to be quite honest, it's like my husband's favorite perfume of all time on me too. So I got the Intimate Edition for Christmas, and it came with this Fantasy Britney Spears Intimate Edition scented dry body oil. I love an oil for when I get out of the shower, and this was amazing. It is a dry oil. It soaked in really fast. It did not leave my skin slippery, and it smelled just like the perfume. I need to check and see if I can buy that separately because it came in a kit. If I can buy it separately, I will be purchasing it separately. I think I've decided I'm going to cut this into 2 parts because I just have so much more like makeup related things in my bag and I've already been talking 20 minutes. So I feel like if I do, it's going to be a 40-minute video even with edits, and I just don't want to mess with that. So I'm going to make it 2 parts. And I'm going to upload it in 2 different days, and that way if you don't care about skincare, you can watch the makeup and vice versa. So, thanks so much for watching, and stay tuned. I will put the makeup one up very soon. Y'all have a very blessed day.